Meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow.
Spots.
Meow meow.
I
Genshin
have a
Impact.
few
Meow.
references.
Meow. Welcome to Genshin Impact, where we just slap some water in the face.
Solidify.
Go in! Torn to oblivion!
Everybody, your power friend, please. He's dead now.
Illusion shattered!
Oh, too fast.
Solidify.
Hey, Ben. Yeah, you get small. Dodge. Caravan. Dodge ram.
Next on the agenda,
Dodge.
we're way behind
Charger.
schedule.
Dodge. Neon. I don't know. Dart. The dart. That's what I should. Daki is thanking you for the entertainment while she suffers with work. I'm here for you, Daki. Oh god. Nope.
Shine down! Blaze over!
Dodge Caravan?
Everybody stand back!
Stabilize.
Snatch him. He did. Can I make him come back fast? Oh my god. Go, 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 go. Oh, my circles are gone.
Solidify.
No touching!
Dodge.
We're way behind schedule.
Oop, I missed.
Illusion shattered! Out of the way! Born of ice and frost.
Dodge. My
Next
horrors.
I will
Oh,
have
that's
order.
not the first one I wanted to do.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Now you shall perish! All hail! Access denied.
Oh, my god. Uh-oh.
We're way behind schedule.
Oh, he not dead. Now he did. Okay, so 25. We needed 32. So 7 more. Which means I may have to do it 2 to 3 more times, and I could do it at least 1 more time. Yeah.
There is no escape.
Stabilize.
This is long overdue. Get out of here. Going in. No touch.
Oh, she fucking almost did.
Adventure time.
Order guide you.
Torn to oblivion.
Gather.
For Rex Lapis. Illusion shattered. Let's light it up. Born of ice and frost. Goodbye. We're way behind schedule. Healthy body, health.
Bean. Oh, Gilly Dogley. Why is this lit up? Oh. Sick. I like just logged in and it's like, oh, you completed your commissions. I still don't understand the system, but I will take them. And this just always stays at 270. Well, I guess I'll just go claim my commissions. And then we might do some Fontaine story. That's not what I wanted to do. Yes, I go back to Mondstadt every time to do this. I will, though, change my team.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Welcome to the Adventurers
Thank you for
Guild.
completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Cat's team. Oh, you saw that, eh? Saw that. Yeah. It's because people like cat girls, you know? And you gotta have your own cat girl team. If you don't have one, something's wrong. We got all the cat girls. All of them. Even if they are level 1s. And never used or played. Yeah, you are clearly missing a team. I mean, we can have up to 15 teams here. And you're missing one. I don't think I have 13 here, but apparently I have 13 here. Wow.
Doing detective work means you gotta walk the walk. No,
Level 3. Yeah, I know. You guys are jealous. I'm level 3 BP right now.
literally.
Sick.
I need to search high and low for evidence.
You better see Barbara at the cathedral if you're in there.
Poison. There's still so much I need to unlock. Oh, that's probably an Oculus. Okay, time to go into a maze, right? I love this maze. It's my favorite maze. Well, that blade was dull. I must wait for the lift. Do 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 do. We're here. And we're going up. It's not even Tuesday. Do you die if you get stuck under the lift? I don't know. I haven't tested it. We should test it though. I believe you don't. Probably just pushes you out. I have, though, gotten on top of the lift. On accident. But it's okay, because the lift doesn't take up all the space in the column. So you just sit on top, and then there's so much space all around it. I think they thought about that when they were putting in an elevator. A shiny. I gotta go get my welfare meal. Understood. Enjoy your meal. Guys, we got lunch. Okay, where am I going? Uppies. How do I get to the uppies? Oh, there. Okay. This is why this place really confuses me, because you have to go the other way in order to go towards the yellow thing. Like, I am on the complete opposite end, and I'm going up the lift over here. And we go up again. Oh look, a teleport. Why didn't I come to this one? Who knows? Maybe because I thought the other one was closer. Okay, where does it want me to go? And we're running. And we're running. And we're walking. Actually. And we're walking. The beds are so big. This game would actually take 7 years if we had to walk into cities. You're right.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel? Lenny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater. Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered. No, listen to me. This is really serious. there's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
White screen of death. Oh, do we get to walk it? It's moving us. Oh.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
We get to walk it. Hold on, I must look at his stats. He's a level 90 character. Heck yeah. We got a weapon. A Royal Greatsword. And Blizzard Strayer. Nice. I did not know that this kid was a Claymore. The more you know. Can I change your wings? That would be hilarious if I could do that. I don't think I can. Boring. Any extra goodies? No extra goodies. None. A door. This is a pretty big area for being abandoned.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
I know there's some overgrown stuff, but this place still looks really good for being abandoned. Interesting. Nice.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Rotate? How do you... Yes, I know, I get that, but like... Oh, do I have to put it down, then rotate it, then put it back up? I also didn't see an obstacle. Oh, I guess it's... these? Yeah, it seems right. Then I'll put it up, and then I'll go that way. Yeah. We're doing the big brain things now. I do want to know more about this kid. He's a scuba diver, but he's also cryo. Which I did not get that he was a scuba diver until the story was like, he's a scuba diver. But now that you look at him, you're like, oh yeah, the hat. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know, an oxygen tank. Which... I'm not actually seeing a vision. Oh, there's the vision. Okay.
It's easy to fix a machine when you know how it's built and how it works. But people, they're much more difficult.
Interesting lines he has to say. Any extra treasure? None? No treasure. Oh. We're
This
going.
is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
I wonder how cold this water is.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
I enjoy that they even blurred out the male characters in the back.
Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here.
Where could he have gone?
Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
Is that the primordial seawater?
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Purple. Get to shore quickly. I wonder if you can take your time here or if it's actually timed.
I can't die here.
You got this, Fremine.
This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
And he's out. But don't worry, you'll be saved.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it. I'll go talk to
Yeah,
him.
it's actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
What?
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Anger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
They all look so small for these beds.
I'm so sorry, Lenny.
I'm also really sorry, Lenny. I should have been more careful.
Don't say that. It was all my fault. I was the one who should have been more careful. You two were nearly...
If I was stronger, maybe I would have already found Master Child.
No, how can you say that?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What I'm hearing is, we all dropped the ball at some point during the mission, so the responsibility falls on all of us. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's on all of us.
Lenny, we understand that you're worried about us, but we're worried about you as well. Please don't blame yourself. We want you to keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just a little curious. But Fremine sounds like Zach Aguilar, but I don't think so. Because Zach is already Ether. But, okay, Paul Castro. Beneath his distant ice demeanor lies a pure heart. Yes, beds for giants or dragons. Either one.
Yeah!
Upstairs. Oh, they're still talking.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegeween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Please enlighten us as much as you'd like.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
Probably. I think you already said that.
No.
Oh.
I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
So why didn't you stop him?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you?
Well, yeah.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true that you're also a former criminal?
I mean, look at him.
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
He probably just sneezed on a Thursday or something.
I wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good Mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
That's true. I feel like that is the Forbidden Zone because it's got the primordial seawater, which is really bad for the people who live in Fontaine. So, like, Fremine would have died if he was from here, but I believe he's from Fontaine. I'm not entirely sure.
That's not something you should be asking.
So what's inside of it?
Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already
But he's
uncovered
still
that there's something wrong
hiding
with
it.
the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yes.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes. I mean, he's hiding it like it's something. But then he's also okay to show it. This is probably not that bad.
Follow me.
Oh, we're gonna go see it. Oh, where'd he go? He gone. Yeah, let me just follow you, my guy. Oh, wait. It said follow 13 meters higher. Hee 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 hee. Hee hee. I just assumed. That way. Got it. Secret passage. That makes sense why it was so empty over here.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
I hate it when Genshin does the whole follow me and then they're just poof and you have no idea where to go and they're like halfway across the zone. Yeah, just imagine they're halfway across the continent, and you're like, yeah, I'll follow you, yeah.
Stand on the central plate.
No.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
We're going down. Once everyone has taken their positions in the circular plate, it begins to slowly move downwards. Those things are way too
So,
fast.
This is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that
What a
is...
huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Traveler just nods. Yes.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Okay, I'm quite curious.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Doors. Many doors.
Whoa.
Lots of
They all
dust.
just went up one by one.
What's that in the middle of the room? It looks like a cogwheel.
Go on, have a look.
This room is hold on. This room is really empty with nothing in here, which is quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like it's a massive... like it's some kind of massive sluice gate?
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it.
It's true.
The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
I would also assume the water pressure, like it's saying that the water pressure is going upwards. Because they keep talking about how the water is rising in Fontaine.
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well.
Oh, I guess
Fortunately,
guessed
our dashboard
both.
is tracking something less ordinary.
The amount of primordial water within the seawater.
The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all.
Okay.
Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
This is very scientific.
Concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea?
Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate.
Sluice.
For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
And if the primordial sea is leaking through, if this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
Yep.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the Primordial Sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you believe in prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So is the Duke of Meripede. Just what do you plan to do about it?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
Oh, there's more.
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The
It's
results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
It's okay, guys. I'm here.
Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
They have to be.
The results speak
They're the
for
main character.
themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if your grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
How about
Thanks.
some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Ed who? Yes, we have. We have.
Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
They're in love. 100% they're dating.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
It can. It can become a full-on dragon. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Like, Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
This is just a normal room? Well, no, it's not a normal room, but I don't know why I'm saying it. It's just a normal room. Wow.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Wow. Whoa, actually, that's kind of big. Is that a boat? Or is it just... Wow. That's really pretty.
What a huge
Oh, it is a ship.
ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages. Can't you share your plan with everybody?
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
I mean, yeah, if you told anybody, it would be like that second thing. So the first panic is the prophecy, second
I'll
panic
leave
is
you here for now.
anything that makes it seem true.
Thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those three as well.
He means that my actions now will decide the next step in Linny's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Linny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Oakley dokley, we must return to the infirmary. Oh, we're right here. Oh, that's handy.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sishween.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Linny sounds a lot more like his old self.
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijwin is also busy with something or other, so let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Linny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
Yep.
What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
Linny's grasp of the big picture is amazing.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
I do. After some deliberation, you share the information you learned. Oh, while sharing what you saw, you emphasize with what... No, those are way too fast.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. just like the prophecy said.
Basically, we share the
Could
story.
Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
True.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you
Thanks,
have
Lenny.
already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Don't mention it, or we can work together if it's necessary. Probably just don't mention it. Oh, what was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Do they have anything else to say?
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
You're incredibly helpful. Linny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
Mm-hmm. Alliance. Oops. That was E, not W. Punch the wall. Nope, punch the air.
Kids these days, you just can't rely on them.
I might have to take an elevator. Oh no, right there. This is cafeteria. Whee!
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
We can choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Then I'll have the tastiest stuff you have to offer, or I'll take the biggest portion you have to offer. I'd say the tastiest, because it could be like the biggest, but also not very good.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon! No problem. Just leave it to me.
After a while, the meals ordered have arrived, and unlike days prior, also bring some drinks over to you and tastes very strange, but she insists they're very nutritious. Generally taste very terrible, but at least they're good.
So delicious.
God, that's way too quick. Amazing.
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Exquisite. Thank you.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment. Sijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
Both.
bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're right.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Glorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only
Like how
open
we're
the door
just
once
not
Miss
sitting by
Glorand had
Chloride.
returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
But it doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Neuvillette outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
She's now just standing there, menacingly.
Glorand!
It's
Glorand?
you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sijwin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremine too! You sure work super fast!
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sijwin and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sijwin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
All thanks to Neuvillette. This is technically a work trip for us too. Yeah, probably Neuvillette.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
It's only right there, but yet I will probably have to take an elevator on the opposite side of this room. I guess I could have taken the teleport, but there's not much of a difference of running up an elevator.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. Wow, she immediately fell asleep.
Delicious.
Oh, Paimon laying
Paimon
down.
wants seconds for free.
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Uh-oh.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What's that sound? Paimon, wake up. We need to go. We gotta go see what's going on. Oh, there's even an alarm.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here.
Oh.
Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
You said His Grace said to evacuate outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Then that means whatever happened must have happened down below. Oh no, isn't that gate where at the very bottom?
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Go, 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 go.
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Thanks, man.
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
So we're gonna go down.
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards
As possible. I just want to say, at Stormform, you should have received many drops at this point. Could you possibly check if you've gotten any Twitch drops? Should be about 30 primos, 20,000 mora for sanctifying uncoction. Unction. And soon some hero's wit. Yeah, you got him? Sick. Just making sure my drops are on, you know? Just for you viewers out there. Ooh, a
They're
cutscene.
here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Oh, dang. Sick.
Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Wow, what a scene. It's been a while since I've had a cutscene.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Okay, you can explain everything else to me later.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Do your thing, man. Oh, it is just right there.
Look, there are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there. The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry. Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
I will do my absolute best.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
So this is the knave, the head of the House of the Hearth, and Linny, siblings' father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. It's a pleasure to meet you too.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come.
And a
sit
very
beside
annoying
me.
fight. Yeah, you're right.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The knave is a force to be reckoned with. Is a force to be reckoned with, okay. And I should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's pretty good. It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
I just want to say, I feel like Child has a thing for dragons. That's just my thought. I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. We have a raid. It was Kai. Hi, Kai. Ether Squad. I'm Lamine Squad. What's up? But Ether's cool. Ether's canon, but like, Lumine's cool. Hi.
Well, in any case,
How was your stream?
no need to worry.
Was it good? It was cozy.
Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
He's my boy. How far are you in Genshin, Kai? Cause I took a break for like 2 years when going to grad school. So now I'm just trying to catch up again. So I'm just rushing through all of the whatchamacallthems, Archon quests. You're halfway through the main quest. Oh, sick. Honestly, so far. Yeah. But yeah, I'm meeting the knave father for the first time, even though I've totally been doing the boss fight a ton.
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
We don't know that. We're still looking for him.
Well...
Oh no, Paimon's statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. But there was also no evidence that he was killed or injured, you know?
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf.
I am curious how that works, to get a letter sent to Fontaine, and they just know who it's to, and how to get it to you. I guess that's like olden days, you know? You don't really have an address.
Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
I don't know. You really enjoyed Fontaine. It made you fall back in love with Genshin. Honestly, I would say yes, I've been also doing the same. Because I'm like the type that 100%s everything, so I 100%ed Mondstadt and Liyue and Inazuma and Konomiya, the Chasm, everything, and then it got to Sumeru, and I got into it when it first started, and then it just died. Like, the whole interest in it kind of went away. And then that's when it took like what it felt like a 2-year break-ish. I'd come back every once in a while. And then I was like, okay, I know that there's now Fontaine and Natlan, so I've been trying to come back into it. She's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but at least I can try to distract her from Farina. That sounds good to me, yeah.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
Oh, Farina could feel it. She is the Archon. I do know what happens at the end of this quest. I don't even know if it's at the end, but like, do I have an Archon of choice? Oh, Daddy Zhongli. He's my man. I have all of them except for the most recent one. I put in like 26 wishes so far and got very boring things. That's my judge. Yeah.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
She looks so nervous. Daddy is number one. Yeah.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Although, I built Zhongli as best as I could. And then being gone for 2 years and coming back, suddenly people are doing 300,000 damage, and now my 30,000 damage looks like a baby. And now there's things like Bond of Life where you just lose health. Oh, another cutscene. Shh.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Do they know who he is? I'm curious.
So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
I think he
Sounds
knew.
about right.
Heck yeah. Water cannon.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
Wow. What a good time to join. Yeah, right?
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Wow.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Oh, it's not auto. But like, wow. That really shows off like how powerful of a dragon he might be. That we don't know though. We don't know that.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
It's always tea.
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Marmonia for long.
Thank you.
I do need to head off now, but enjoy catching up in stream.
I hope everything went smoothly with the
Yes.
Fatui Harbinger.
Thank you for coming in. Have a good slumber, because I believe you're probably sleeping soon. I have no idea, but like, have a good rest of your night, or heckin' else. I'll find you, and I'll tickle you. Have good sleepies. I miss you already.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us. How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Right? Farina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting up a front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
She's making Fontaine better before, you know. So was it... So was that all a lie? Or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now. Now she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvillette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea. But can he really deal with all that by himself? Oh, you have no idea. And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
I see what you're doing.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Bad Paimon. Don't do that. Oh, well. You all read that, yeah? Yeah.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
Farina's so ready for her to leave.
I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Of course I can.
Paimon's coming too!
Great, let's go, Paimon. Got anything else to say, Farina?
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
She still acts like such a, I don't know, young adult. Not a teen, but like a young adult. Oh, we're here. Whoa, okay. I can have my sword. Interesting. It's such a beautiful building. Hydrate! Oh my god, I really needed that. Thank you. I will go grab my water now. I have water. That was very good. Very good water. Very tasty. Very mindful. But yes, sip after tea time.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
What do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I don't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Was there nothing else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina? ... You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Another
And
cutscene?
that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you!
It's quite an outfit.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
And that's what we've seen so far.
You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances.
That was a really good
to join
stretch.
with Farina.
I cracked my
I have to
shoulders.
say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Okay, so the knave attacked Farina and was like, wow, she's not fighting back, so she can't be the Hydro Archon. She doesn't have the Gnosis either. And was like, it's gotta be Nouvelette, maybe. But now it doesn't seem to be. And I think we know that Farina is the Archon. But she doesn't attack back. She's never really been shown to be powerful in any way. She's never used any hydro. She's definitely connected, as we could tell from the tea shaking. She felt it before the tea could shake. So the knave might be right on the whole, like maybe the Archon is cursed in a way. But let's just say, how did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Nouvelette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Nouvelette? Literally.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Nouvelette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
Maybe we asked what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, we basically recount and tell him.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
I don't know. Sounds like gaslighting to me, but then again, could be wrong. No, I think you're right. I think that's all what this happens. I'm going to say, can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea. Does this mean that you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the fortress of Meripede? Or did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended? Probably this
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex
Hey, Night Runner.
history.
How are you?
It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Is it gonna rain?
Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Because he's the water dragon. It goes with the song. The clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier, light rain soon growing to a downpour. And just moments before, Neuvillette has just mentioned that his sense of grief. Thinking back to the legend of what Ferment said, it said that the dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour rain. Exactly. That's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing it. Wait, Neuvillette, it can't be.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of the water.
The dragon of... what?
Water dragon.
Huh?
Water dragon.
Please do not be so surprised.
I'm doing good. The weekend is almost here. Hope you are doing well. I am doing well. I am feeling a whole lot better since the last few days. I'm quite excited to take a shower today. And maybe even change my sheets. I told myself I'd just absolutely clean everything once I started feeling a whole lot better. And today, starting to feel a little bit better. Last night I got full night's rest for the first time. Because I unfortunately timed this whole going back across the planet and getting sick at the same time. So being up at 4 a.m. trying to sleep isn't a great thing. But this time, I finally went to bed at like a reasonable time. And I woke up in a reasonable time. So it's been great. I think the whole jet lag is starting to wear off. And that's helping me feel a lot better. What would help me feel better is if the sun, talking to you, Sky, would maybe come out and say hi. It's been cloudy the last few days. I really want the sun.
Farina?
Neuvillette, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Ask it, Paimon, ask it.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Teyvat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Interesting.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
So, speaking of dragons here, the first one we met is Dvalin, which is the Anemo, air, dragon. And then Geo, dragon, was Zhongli. But he was also the Archon. He was a dragon and an Archon. And then he kind of just gave up his dragon-esque nature. There wasn't one for Electro, right? Dendro didn't have a dragon that we saw. But then Hydro Dragon. I wonder if there's still the 7 dragons. Like there would be the 7 Archons. 'Cause so far we've only met 3 dragons. One was a full dragon, Dvalin. And 2 are people dragons. Huh. You guys said, awesome, glad you're doing better, and glad to hear on the progress of you doing better. Thanks, guys. Trying my best. Sleep seems to be like the ultimate cure of everything, but I could sleep all day, but I hate being awake when it's nighttime. I don't know why.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Oh, sure. We'll see you later, Nuviolette.
We'll see you another time.
How is work, Fowl?
Take care.
You having a good day? Also vitamin gummies. I haven't had vitamin gummies since I've moved. I don't know if I can get them here or not. Oh, that's a lot of places to go that's really far away. Return there and learn about everybody's situation. Okay, but first, since I'll teleport there anyway. Oh, I was definitely looking at the screen, I swear.
Let's just hope the rain hasn't washed all the clues away.
I wanted to get this. Sick. Is there anything else down here? Can I go in the water down here? Also, I gotta take this off the map now. Oh, I can. Is there anything down here? Anything of use? I can just take the... What if I don't want to hit that? Okay. I am quite curious. Have I broken all the pots? No, there's still a few more. If I break all the pots, does it give me something? Oh, yes it does. Oh, it's a big chest. I love Genshin puzzles. They just speak to me just in the way that you want, you know? Okie dokie, time to teleport. You know, it is weird because you come out of... Wait. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You enter the Fortress of Meripede via here, right? But then it's all under the water over here. Okay, I don't want that one. What? I'll go here, I'll go across, and then I'll go down. This should be the infirmary, right? The clinic. To answer you, the first day back to work after
Now
the
guess,
break.
what suit will this next card be?
Oops.
A bare teeth cat?
A bare teeth cat. Interesting. First day back at work after the break. We had a long shutdown, but the work has definitely piled up. Trying to get stuff done before I leave in an hour. Yeah, I feel that. And to be the first day back and it's Friday? What a Monday for a Friday. So I'm gonna have to dip, but thank you for the stream, homie. Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming in. You're always welcome. Always. And if you don't show up, I will find you. That's a threat. Hydrate. Oh, snap. Okay, fine. Fine, you win. Have a good day at work. That was a good hydration. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, keeping me well hydrated.
Well, well, look who it is.
It me.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Looks like you're recovering nicely, Fremine.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was all a little surprising.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
More tea.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time.
Does anyone
you're going to
else
have
really
tea and
want
snacks
cake
with
now?
us.
I could go for some cake. Do y'all have anything else to say?
We should start preparing that tea party.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm all for it.
I'll help you set it up.
Alright, time to check on everyone else. What was this room over here? Just a guy. Lutz. What do you do, Lutz? Oh. Can I write a letter? I would love to write a letter. Got it, thanks. Okay, well. That's fine. But I guess, yeah, it is the mail system. You got pipes for mail. Pansy. What's my go-to cake? That's a good question. I think my go-to is always marble. But it has to be like a moist marble cake. I don't like dry cakes. I mean, I like them, but I would rather go for a moist cake. Like, I like the deep, dark chocolate cakes too. But sometimes when people are like, oh, what kind of cake is your favorite kind of thing? Or I ask them that, they'll just say something along the lines of like cheesecake. And for me, cheesecake doesn't reside on the cake spectrum for some reason, even though it is literally named cheesecake. And I love cheesecake. But it just doesn't feel like a cake, you know? It feels like a pie. Cheese pie, but that doesn't sound good. So yeah, I don't know. Like a deep forest cake or a... Ooh, my mom makes amazing German chocolate cake. Well, okay, text your mom right now. I'm on my way over. All we need is like one candle, and I can get a candle. Yeah, let her know that I'll be on my way so she can make some cake, okay? Thank you.
Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both doing great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright.
Mom, we have royalty coming over. Right? I should show up in a tiny tiara. Little crown. I don't think I have any like royal dresses or anything. Maybe.
If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time.
I think the fanciest dress I have is probably my prom dress, and it's been... Oh god, when did I wear that? I was 17 when I wore it. Almost 10 years. Almost. You know, you buy the most perfect dress for the one night. I even got it tailored. I'm not gonna lie, I look back at myself and I'm like, wow, I was really brave. I literally found my own tailor. I didn't ask my parents to help me. I found my own tailor, got my dress tailored, paid for it all myself. It was great. I don't know if I could do that ever again. I like look back at it and I'm like, wow, I was an adult back then and now I'm afraid to go outside. I'm not afraid to go outside, but like, I don't know if I could go out and get a dress tailored without a friend coming with.
I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
I like the way that she said that. I would like to observe your facial muscles more. Especially when they smile.
If you can find the time, please stay at the fortress for just a while longer.
I'm gonna keep a note of that and definitely use it myself. Like, hi. I would like to observe your facial muscles. Wink. Bombshell Bros.
You guys are back?
Yeah, and you guys are okay.
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
No, we left and then we came back because we missed you.
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
I'm sure the welfare meals must have been just skyrocketed in quality recently. Your meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria. This one.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
I'll be watching you. Have anything else to say?
Hey, why don't we have a meal with those two one of these days?
You want to cook for him yourself?
Why not? Good chance to show him what I can do.
Yeah, I want to see it. Want a full rotisserie chicken? We're going down. It's still such a beautiful sight. Like, I can't stop staring at it. Like, it's all underwater, right? This big area is just under the sea. So I'm wondering how they would deploy it, and if they would. Can we even go in there? I want to go in there. Like, that's got to be really cool. Like, if Hoyoverse makes this like a chasm type of feel, that'd be sick. Yeah, because I think we're just under the fortress or something. But if they made it like the chasm, where it's got like a totally different map of its own, that'd be cool. And we could just run in there. I'm curious what all the green, blue bushes are. They're just so bright compared to everything else in there. I don't know. It's just a beautiful view. Ugh, I want to go in there.
Jurier, Miss Seishween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's you two?
Yeah, sorry, lovebirds. We're coming back.
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're great.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Yeah, you're cute. Do you have anything more to say?
Courier, the rumors about us are literally everywhere now. Please do something about it.
Oh.
But it's not like I caused them by myself. All right. I'll try to do something about it when I can find the time.
Is it a bad thing for them to have a relationship? I don't think so. I do wonder why people hide relationships. Maybe they're embarrassed by it? Are they afraid they can't work together, if so? I don't know. I feel like if they can show that they can work together even now and be fine, I think making it official would be fine. And people should respect that. Hello, Your Majesty.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think that's going to work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release. Your file can't be closed until we've completed your paperwork, so don't forget to come find me again when you're done serving your sentence.
I basically think it's just they're leaving this open so you can do like little mini games for the tickets. And then tickets probably give you like, I don't know, primos or something. It's a mechanic they've used in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised. Sparkle. Beginner's Protector. I do find it very interesting that this is like, quote, the dormitories to rest, but it's like just my room. And you never get to see where everyone else sleeps. I don't know if they were just being lazy about it, but I would like to see, like, even if it's just super bland and just a bunch of rooms like a dormitory. Just a little bit more than just this. And then this also has like a secondary bed in it, but it never gets used.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
It feels like a huge weight off of our shoulders. It feels like we've regained our freedom. Maybe just a weight.
Feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
We are the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary.
It was scary.
We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, so you don't have to worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, Traveler.
Good night to you, Paimon. Ooh, I got the wall side now. So usually Paimon gets the wall side. Oh, was it the narwhal? That would actually make a lot of sense to me. Quest completed. Whoa. Wait until the next day? But I just woke up. Let me check my little things here. Sick. Sick. This one's new. Used to obtain a meal and a fortune slip. I've been just collecting these every day, and I did not realize that you can only hold one at a time. I thought they would actually go into my meal thing. So I guess I might as well just use it. We got a fortune slip. And suspicious mint salad. Oh no. Life is not a game. Where did it go? Look at all these new things. Fortune slip. It's a quest item. Can I read it anywhere? Or is that it? Oh, credit coupons that are only for use during the investigation. Well, these are actual credit coupons. So I only actually have 60. I thought I was totally saving them up more. This makes sense. I got a lot of stuff in here I don't even know about. I like how it keeps updating the record. That's so cool. So it's like a way to look back at the old story and how far you've gotten with it. Oh, it wants me to wait till the next day. Till the very next day. Boop. He remembered what happened to him. Learn the history and secrets of the Fortress of Meripede. We learned his true identity. And complete the Cataclysm's quickening. Okay, 8 a.m., huh? Close enough. And ready.
My intuition
Return to the
tells me that something very
dormitories.
interesting is about to happen.
Sometimes has passed since the incident, and your sentence is almost finished.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Meripede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Hydrate. Masquerade of the guilty. I have hydrated just for you. Just for you, Scuffed. Talk to the receptionist. Yep, I gotta get down to the receptionist. I'm finally getting my how was I gonna say that? I'm finally learning my way around here.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meripede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and...
What's happening?
I don't know. Are you okay though?
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Oh, maybe it's the narwhal. Wait. Wait. An exit card issued by the Fortress of Meripede. It's just a piece of paper, but it has been given a name most hardening. A new life's beginning.
Doing detective work means you gotta walk the walk. No, I mean literally. I need to search high and low for evidence.
We're going up.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what
The
was
rumble?
with the earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today is the day we say goodbye to the fortress.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep.
It better be pipe cleaning day. There's still stuff in that pipe I wanted to go and grab.
Are you leaving now? That's right! Today is our last day in prison! But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice!
A lot of people have helped us out.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now! Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
No, that's all right. It's not like we'll never visit again. Goodness, I can't speak.
We'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
Will do.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
I'll try to remember your words exactly.
If you're concerned about things at the Palais, why don't you take some time to go up and check things out? I believe you should still have some vacation time to spend.
Thank you for being so understanding. It means a lot. It's been some time since I've gone to the surface. I must say that I've started to miss it a little.
I wonder if Sidrine, if you play as her and her health gets low, if this thing starts going down, because that would be a good attention to detail there. I keep looking at it. I probably could teleport there, to be honest, now that I think about it. Yeah. Zoomage. What is this? Hotel de Bord. Oh, there's the statue. I was like, why did it put us here? But I get it. Then you're more centralized and you're not just randomly spawning like here.
newcomers are full of enthusiasm.
Standard procedure.
Leaving the Ministry of External Relations is definitely the right decision. The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today. Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me, would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in. Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Flowers. Transition.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting.
Was I just sitting there staring at him that whole time while he worked? Because that's so awkward. Like, at least grab a book. There's so many books. Read something. I don't know. Don't just sit and stare.
Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede, and it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
You and Paimon tell Neuvillette everything that happened in the Primordial Sea incident, as well as something.
Massive whale.
Oh, what you saw through.
Do you have any idea what that might
Child.
be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the Primordial Sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Teyvat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine. He won't dissolve.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
There's something we'd also like to ask you
Yes?
about.
What is it?
What was the tremor we felt earlier?
Ah, right. Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
Yes, the headquarters is
I would
there.
also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Sounds like a plan, man.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
Was there anything else?
The two of you have my thanks. If you need any help, just let me know.
Well, I guess I could just teleport there. It's a really far distance. Oh. All the buildings here seem to be in pretty rough shape. There's nobody around. Were they all dissolved? No, let's not assume the worst just yet.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
I mean, there's a guy on a roof over here.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree!
Oh no.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
There's probably going to be so many disasters everywhere that Farina will have to take action. Which people would definitely know what that means. Wow, that makes this ship look really small. That other ship underground. Oh, it doesn't actually want me to go up here. Oh, down there. Oh, I guess I'm close enough.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
And suddenly I'm below her.
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Yeah, we're here to help.
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Wait, she's missing some people, aren't we? Yeah, the two that are usually by her side.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
No. Where are the two guys? Oh.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
They're gone.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Walks around helping many people and organizing various matters. Her decisions are clear and
The
reasonable.
wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
I understand.
Thank you.
Going back. I see two sparkles I have to get first. Interesting. I'm just slightly curious. And I grab the wheat. Is this also water I can go into? It is. And then it takes me somewhere. Do I have to take that though? No. Barrel. Interesting. just curious where this all goes. Up. Okay, I might have to get that teleport. Oh, there's even a challenge. Wow, this goes up. Okay, where was the teleport? Over here. Fascinating. I'm not getting distracted, not at all. Not even a little bit. I wonder who these guys are. Y'all better have names. They look quite important, right? I got nothing on my side. Any leads on your end? No. This is a most deplorable state of affairs. We must hurry and clean up the garbage. My dear Virgil, how much trouble are you going to cause? This is not ideal. Not by any means. Precisely. I knew you would understand. Let's carry on, my dear friend. That was so random. That was so random, and now they're gone. Weird. I'll find them again someday, but like, interesting. I also just want to get this. Boink. Okay, now we shall think about what we're doing. Just for a moment. Interesting, interesting. That's not the right. Is it J? J was it. Okay. I got a lot to do. But that's okay. We made a lot of progress today. Considering, like, let's see, we had the whole flooding happen, and we got to see a few cutscenes. That was insane. I love seeing cutscenes in this game. When I first started playing, I was playing on a laptop that could barely run Genshin. And the cutscenes were just like, they would start, and it would be a frozen screen. You could hear everything, but nothing else would happen. But yeah. Then I ended up sending in a suggestion, because Genshin always takes in suggestions and things from their players. I sent a suggestion saying, well, maybe you guys should have like the cutscenes available somewhere, like YouTube or something, so that when we do have the cutscene, we can at least go to YouTube and find it. Because maybe it doesn't work on our side. And then they ended up doing it. So I wonder if there was just a lot of people that couldn't have the cutscenes run. So now every time after a patch kind of comes out, they just send out like those YouTube videos, which I definitely appreciate. I didn't have to look very far. I haven't had to look at them either, but But yeah, if you have been watching for as long as you have been, I have Genshin drops on. So if you do play Genshin, there's some free drops for you. Hopefully you got them. There's going to be like 10 Prima Gems at like the first 15 minutes, and then 20 Prima Gems, and then 20,000 Mora. The little satisfying concoction thingy, and then Hero's Wit. But like some of those not so great, but like Primos, that's always cool. With that being said, I might be ending stream pretty much right now-ish. If anyone has any suggestions on who to raid, I will take them now. Because I'm getting pretty tired. Actually, I'm just getting a really bad headache, but that's okay. I'm looking around. A lot of people that play Genshin don't seem to have... Oh, there's English. Okay. There's a lot of different languages for Genshin. It's incredibly cool. Let's see. She seems cool. Although seems like a... Interesting. Says they got 3 viewers, but they got a lot of people chatting. Interesting. A lot more than 3. Alright, any ideas going once? Going twice. Well, I might send you off to this fine lady. She seems cool. Although she's got the newest character. So maybe you'll get to see what that looks like. She even got sparkles. Alright, let's go say hi to her. I'll even try to put something in chat. Let's see. What should we raid with, huh? Something super cool and exciting. Okay, how about, bear with me now. Bear with me. That's a cool rating message, yeah? Yeah? So everybody copy that. We're gonna copy it. We're gonna copy it. The whole thing. Control C. We're gonna raid this nice lady. She's also playing Genshin. So we gotta give her the best of luck. Oh, she's got a lot of new characters. Ooh. Okay, y'all ready for this? Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Because why did I pull Chaska anyway?